Essentially, we're going to have to clean house. Let's just be clear about it. And you know, you've heard me say this before, it took a Clinton to clean up after the first Bush. It's going to take a Clinton to clean up after the second Bush. So here's what I would do. I would go in and I would say, number one, I want a plan from the Secretary of Defense and the Joint Chiefs of Staff and the security advisors on my desk as soon as possible so we can start withdrawing our troops from Iraq within 60 days. I know we have to plan for it, but I believe strongly that we need to make clear that our young men and women in uniform have done everything they were asked to do. They were asked to get rid of Saddam Hussein, and they did. They were asked to give the Iraqis free and fair elections, and they did. And they were asked to give the Iraqi government the space and time for the Iraqis to make the decisions that only the Iraqis can make for themselves. There is no American military solution. If we stayed another year, another 10 years, or as John McCain has suggested, another 50 to 100 years. If the Iraqis are not ready to accept the precious gift of freedom that our sons and daughters have died for to give to them, there isn't anything more we can do, and it is time they stepped up and took responsibility for their own futures. On that first day, I will also begin to say, what do we need to do to turn this economy around? It is not working for average Americans. We have too many people who are working harder than ever, but the American dream is receding further away. And it is time for us to have a new economic blueprint. I appreciate the governor talking about the successes economically of the 1990s. And I am proud of that because we showed we could make the economy work. We could make it work for the vast majority of Americans, not just the wealthy and the well-connected. They've had a president in George Bush. It's time everybody else got a president again who looks out for you and your families. So what we need to do is to make clear that we will not permit a single penny of your taxpayer dollars to be used to help any company export a single job out of Pennsylvania to another country. We will make it clear that the tax code is going to start rewarding work again. It is wrong that a Wall Street money manager making $50 million a day pays a lower percentage of his income in taxes than a teacher, a nurse, or a truck driver making $50,000 right here in Philadelphia. And as the shipyards show, because I remember when you worked with my husband to get the kind of incentives that were necessary to turn the shipyard around, a lot of people said, why are you investing in a shipyard? America will never make ships again. We've lost that industry. Well, thankfully, Ed Rendell and Bill Clinton didn't believe that. And they worked together, and how many ships? 20 ships are being made right here in Philadelphia, showing we can compete with anybody, anywhere. But we have to have an American president again who gets up every morning and says, what can I do to create jobs in Philadelphia and make sure those are good paying jobs?